For the assignment called Typography, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to download at least 5 separate images to use in your final file. I provided some websites in Canvas on the assignment page where you can browse and look for images to download. So that's the first part. This is a student example that I'm going to use to go through as a final file and all of the different components and requirements that I want your final assignment to have. So what you're going to do is you're going to choose one typeface, and that means one font. As you can see, this is one font that this student used, where the text is, "All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream." This can be a haiku, part of a poem, lyrics, a quote from a person. So the text and typeface you choose will set the tone and theme of your homework too. The final file size that you need to have is going to be 8.5 inches by 11 inches. So you go to image size. You'll see this is 8.5 by a little over 11 inches high by 100 resolution. So make sure that you set your file size up properly. So that's one thing you need to make sure that you also include in this homework assignment. You want to prepare your final using a lot of the image editing techniques we previously covered in class. So make sure that you know how to change photos if you need to with any of the touching and retouching tools. How to cut things out using selection tools is another big part of this assignment. I'm going to go to my window layers and I'm going to talk you through all of the requirements that this student used in their assignment that you also need to make sure are in your assignment. So you can use original photographs, stock photography, or scanned images. So you'll see that this student used at least 5 separate images. So you'll see here's a butterfly image. So that's one image, but there's definitely more than 5 layers of this butterfly. Then they also have a person that they cut out on a layer. They have a clouds that they cut out that is also a clipping mask. Clipping masks that were gone over in lecture also need to be included. You can see the student has 2 different clipping masks. One for the person, so there's an image within this silhouette of the human, and then the cloud image is being used behind the typography. Then they also have more clouds that they've cut out and added in their image. So definitely more than 5 images on different layers that make up this final assignment. You want to make sure again that you have clipping masks in your assignment. So at least one, if not more, clipping masks being used. Also, you need to show the use of adjustment layers and layer styles. So you can see I have a hue and saturation adjustment layer that's being used. You can see the effect that that has. And I also have a layer style. There's a gradient overlay that's being applied to this clouds layer. So that is also part of the assignment. You can see the effect that this gradient overlay is having on this layer. And then again, you need to have 5 different photos that make up this file. So for example, you've got all these butterflies. So there's at least 4 butterfly layers. You've got this flower that's embedded as another image within this person, which is another image. And you've got this cloud layer. So there's definitely more than 5 images in this layer panel making up this final assignment. So again, the challenge here is name your layers. 5 different photos need to make up the final assignment, and you need to work to integrate your text as a graphic element within the imagery. So I highly suggest establishing a focal point in your graphic. So the text is a nice focal point. And make sure you apply the appropriate tracking, leading, and you choose a typeface that helps convey kind of the vibe and feel that you're trying to portray in your final assignment. Again, make sure you name your file, last name, first name, and then you can call it text, and upload it in Canvas. And again, please let me know if you have any questions or need any more clarification. Good luck!